gon' blow. This is music for my niggas, cause I know you want more. Cause that old shit fake, but this new shit real. J. Cole, not Jay, but this that blueprint feel. Hey, Cole, is you crazy? That's some big boots to feel. Yeah, straight out the field, and the shoes fit well. Seen heaven, seen hell. Seen niggas get killed, knew every detail. Still never we tell. Scared of the repercussion, scared of them people busting.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? We got an early stream with it today. We early stream with it today, man. What's good, C? What's good? You fuck with the stream time? You fuck with the stream time, C? This is the earliest I've ever streamed. Like, ever. I kid you not. Going back to Twitch days as well, this is the earliest I've ever streamed. Yo, what's good, Ellie? By the way, if anybody's new, let me know where y'all from, do y'all hoop, and what y'all game like. And of course, if y'all got any questions, let me know. Let me know. What's good, Nicholas? Kristaps for MVP. Hold on, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But let me even tell y'all why I'm even fucking streaming at this hour. It's an absurd hour, low key. But I break my fast. I told y'all last stream. Hold on. Let me show y'all this right quick. Let me show y'all the stopwatch. You see that? 67 hours right now. 67-hour fast right now. All water. Been drinking pure water. When I went to work out, I'm only been doing form shooting because I barely sweat when I do any of that. So I'm not losing as much fluids, not as much burning as many calories. So I still been low-key hooping, just slightly. But my body is low-key fighting right now. My body is screaming, but my mind's staying strong. Which is why I'm streaming early so I can be able to go work out and break my fast immediately after that. I ain't want to stream and then get it caught up in the middle. So if this is good though, I might just end up streaming earlier. Maybe like 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock may be my earliest. But what's good, Eric? What's good, Trey? But yeah, let's talk about the series though. Man. Game one. Game one is something as to which if you did not anticipate one of these games happening the way game one did, you're goofy. Because you know Boston, they live and die by the three. So the great thing about it is that if they hit in threes, good luck beating them. But you're shooting threes. We've seen what shooting threes does to a team in the playoffs. Remember Houston? What year was it? 2018? When they played the Golden State Warriors Game 7? You remember what happened then, right? 27 straight misses, Game 7, which is why I got Dallas in 7. We're gonna see how that goes, but as a whole, when I look at how the series is gonna transpire, Kyrie's gonna be a huge X factor. He can't play like he did Game 1. First of all, 2, Kristaps Porzingis, that shit was big time. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think he'll do that Game 1. Game 1, I didn't think he'll do that. No cap. Coming off a calf injury, first game back, I didn't think he'll do that. We also seen Jayson Tatum play more mature. That's another thing. And then also Jaylen Brown. Both Tatum and Brown playing smart in isolation, which is what I'm going to talk about in the breakdown today. And I'm going to highlight a good bit of it. Maybe like 2 minutes of clips. I'm going to talk about their ability to play in isolation. So, of course, you also had Derek White hitting shots, Horford hitting shots. Everybody was practically hitting. Sam Hauser hit a couple shots. But Dallas, they was breaking everything, even on Kyrie's part. The only person who really showed up was Luka. Luka was the only person who was really there. And that was the only reason why they came from 29 and got that shit back within 8. And then they couldn't close that gap anymore because Kyrie just wasn't being the Kyrie that Kyrie needed to be for the series. So let me know what y'all think about that game. And does this game impact of any of y'all's predictions going forward of who y'all think is going to win and how shit's going to transpire? Yo, what's good, Jacob? I got tough games tomorrow. AAU games? You got AAU games? Because I know high school's starting up summer league soon. Or depending on where you are. I'm from Portland, game low-key like AI. You got to understand this when it comes down to AI. I've done a good bit of studying, but I need to do a lot more when it comes to AI. But his game is so straight to it. Like, it's straight to the buckets. Like, ain't no time wasted. Ain't no playing around with shit. Because thinking back to when he was playing, he was getting over 30 shots a game in the playoffs. But yet the pace of the game was completely different. And the gaps and the spacing was way worse. So that just shows you how quick he was getting to his shit. Like, if he had a drive, he got there. If he got stopped, boom, straight to the next counter. Like, he wasn't trying to play in, 5-6 layers. which is why some people would fear guarding AI more than they would Kyrie. It's really just pick your poison, but the reason why AI is in that contention, why he's one of the most feared guards ever to play, is because he's not stopping. He's not stopping. And he's not going to like try to hit you with 5 to 6 moves and maybe you could stay there and find yourself back into the play or some shit. Like, he's going to give you a 40 where it's like, I can't rest any possession. Kyrie at times will give you 40, but it's not going to be at the frequency as to which your AI is. So, like, you got to understand the one thing about AI, straight to his shit. Triple threat shots, jab shot, pump fake jab shot. You know what I'm saying? You need that shot because it's going to keep your game quicker. Columbia, how do I tell my team what to do if I'm the point guard / guard? What is effective? I mean, you tell your team what to do by just telling them what to do. If you know exactly what works, if they don't listen, then you will have to get into explanation, right? And then once they're able to do as you said, do what you said, right? And also want you to understand this: a lot of people, especially if you're younger, the way they receive information, the way they receive criticism, is going to be from a standpoint very much of ego. Like, they're not going to be very receptive when it comes down to that. And it's because usually when you get into those teen years, a lot of people want to feel like they know everything, and they get so much in their head, and they get so naive of the fact that they know closer to nothing that they do everything, and that'll be for forever when it comes to anything, right? And so that's where you have to now tap into being able to logically explain things and not attack somebody from a sympathetic standpoint, right? Meaning from an emotional place, a state of emotion. Instead, you got to approach them from empathy, understanding that, okay, I see why you'll make this mistake. People just don't know better, right? So how could I blame you for making a mistake when you just simply don't know better? Doesn't make sense. And so you need to carry that with you when you do approach your teammates and tell them, all right, boom, need to be here at this time, or be there at that time, or stay there for now, because what's going to end up occurring after that is this is not just for me being selfish, but it's going to help the entire team. You know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side of it, you got to make sure you do the same things you tell your teammates to do. Got to make sure you hold yourself accountable, because if you're telling people to do something, but you can't lead by example, it's going to be hard for them to be able to follow suit with the example that you have laid for them, because you're not doing it yourself. Which is why you got to make sure, number one, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it consistently. And when I do mess up, I hold myself accountable. And now, once you do that, then boom, your teammates are doing it. It's like, okay, we all doing this together. This is just all for us to get better. And so that's a key. That's a key to a great team. It's a key to a great team. You need that. All the damn dog, all this knowledge from Jeff T. While cool in my head. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't really watched his podcast, Jeff T. Should I low key peep it? Is that shit comp? That shit tough? What's good, Evan? What's good, Jacob? I had Summer League yesterday. How'd it go? What's the post game report like, Jacob? What's the post game report? Can I show your clip with Spanish subtitles? Be given all the necessary credits on my IG page. Spanish subtitles? Yeah, sure, yeah. If it's Spanish subtitles, and I ain't gonna lie, go ahead. I've never planned on dubbing my shit until like a long ass time to where I've already like really got what I do down packed. But just make sure you tag me in everything, because I had some times where people would repost my shit literally verbatim, like my videos, and then not even say nothing. I had to get their shit taken off. I had to get their shit removed. So make sure you just tag the original page, tag my YouTube, because if it's in Spanish, that's a completely different thing. So it's a completely different thing. Always in attack mode? Yeah, indeed he was. I'm going to 8th grade, so it ain't AAU. I play school ball, and next year we're going to three-peat, hopefully. Okay, so you going into 8th grade by the three-peat? Dang, y'all ain't got no comp for real, huh? Y'all ain't got no comp for real type shit. Like the Lakers back in, 2000, 2001, 2, and 3 type shit. Niggas almost 4-peat in that joint. Or y'all just OP. I don't know what it is. Maybe y'all doing that high school or that middle school shit where everybody teaming up. But in my opinion, the best thing you could do for your own growth, like in the long run, is to not team up with people. Not team up. Don't be like, oh, I want to go play with, like people in high school would be like, oh, I want to go play with this 4-star, this 5-star, this other 4-star, this other 5-star. It may not be at that level, but just think about the competition in your area and be like, all right, I want to see how it is to not just be the guy on the team, but how to lead a team, right? A lot of people think, oh, I want to be the number one player, the number one option, and I just take all the shots. I could be selfish, or I could do whatever I want. But the ability to lead, to figure out how I could get the best out of myself and be the most efficient, and also get the best out of my teammates, that's what's gonna put you at an area where I don't want to use the word. I want to use the word stress, but I don't want to use the word stress. Let me say it's a resistance, right? It's going to be a resistance that induces stress that's then going to build you back stronger. Let me put it like that. Because a lot of people think stress is a bad thing, but I see it completely on the other side. Stress is a good thing, and how I see it, because when you stress yourself, when you stress a muscle, for example, when you work a muscle, you then work it so that it can become stronger. You go through all these stresses, you go through all this negativity, you go through all these downs just so you could get back up and be stronger than you were before. And so transferring that same concept of life back to basketball, if you put yourself in a situation that's difficult for you to be able to handle and that you're not accustomed to, something that's uncomfortable, you're going to come out that situation if you have a growth mindset, if you have a progressive mindset, a mindset that's just seeking progress, you're going to come out of that a better player. And not just a better player. And the scale and the rate as to which you improved as a player is going to be leaps and bounds beyond that as to what your competition's been doing, because they've been chilling comfortable playing on the same team, same coaches, same high-level players every single day, every single weekend. So that's my opinion. If I had a JIT that was hooping, my JIT would be playing with the team that's not filled with a bunch of superstar athletes and whatever. I'll just make sure that the coach they play with is a good coach and knows how to use counterparts and everything. So I really like the way JT played, even though the haters gonna say he's the number 2 option to JB. You know what the thing about Jayson Tatum I thought about? It's not even gonna be the home games that's gonna determine like his influence and his impact and determine how great he is. It's gonna be the road games. The road games. Right? Because when you get on the road, that's when the players on the side that you making plays for begin to like freeze up. You know what I'm saying? They begin to miss shots and all that. And now you got to take matters into your own hands. You got to take matters into your own hands. And I want to see, I really did want to see, I want to see Jayson Tatum do exactly what I was just talking about. Where I want to see if he gets to a point in his career where he doesn't have a great team around him and he just has to, boom, he has to go in kill mode every single game and has to learn how to activate that. If Tatum knew how to activate his kill mode and learn how to get to his spots in the mid-range and all that, I think he's just missing the component of playing closer to the rim, getting the triple threat catches, post-up catches closer to the rim, playing from the baseline up and not half court down. I think definitely he could learn how to get to that kill mode and activate that and be the person who could flip the switch anytime. Struggling to get the rim, 5'10" player, got handles, but footwork is just not really there, I think. How do I play against stronger players at the rim instead of settling all the time? Well, sometimes you don't have to really play against them at the rim in the context or in the situation you're probably thinking of. It's like, oh, I get into the rim and it's super physical. I can't really get through this. If you just get a float, it's just about getting to a spot and getting space. You know what I'm saying? It's either get into space and get to your float or stopping short before you run it. You get in front of that person who's trying to block and then get to your float. And so that's just one way at a smaller height as to which you could be able to still work your way into paint. And if you rep that shit out, it's going to become like a layup. Like that little, you know what I'm saying? That open hand, that high five on them floats, that shit turns into a layup after time. So I'll say you should start there. Mavs in 7, I got Mavs in 7 as well. I feel like it's gonna look like that Phoenix. Remember when Dallas played Phoenix in 2022, I think? And then they just fucking dominated them in that game 7. And then that Luka, Doncic, and Devin Booker meme was birthed. Hold on, let me see. This one. I'm talking about this. Hold on, let me make sure that everything's straight on here. I'm talking about this joint. I feel like this series is going to go something like this. It's going to go 7. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get close. And then, boom, somebody going to get blown out the water. Now, it could be on the flip. Or actually, it could be on the flip if Boston gets hot as shit game 7. But all the pressure, all the shit that's just building up in terms of the series, and to rely on that 3-ball right then and there, I think it may look something like this, bro. I don't know. Something tell me this is going to happen. Because Because I definitely think Dallas is not going to go out like they did yesterday unless Kyrie is just still bugging. So, let me see. Yeah, I felt a lot different. We blew Carmelo 13 points. We blew him out 57-25. That's crazy. That's crazy. Early stream, indeed. Revert early stream. And I can shoot, but it's just like I want to open up more options on the floor. Okay, so you was talking about right there before. You want to open up more options. So if you could already shoot and they playing you up, I'll say the next thing to get is that float. Because once you get run off that line, you get into the paint, they step over, you can stop short, float. May not use a mid-range jumper, a mid-range dribble pull-up in the mid-range. I don't even use that myself. I'm like 6'1". So I would say the best thing you could do now is probably get that floater. If your shot has not really fully been maximized, and I'll still continue to expand and sharpen up your shot. Because if it's solid, you don't want it to just be solid. You want that shit to be deadly. You want to be a sniper. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where it's like, yo, anytime you get on the floor, they're like, if you just leave him a lick of room, he's burning you. Like I want you to get to that level as a shooter as well, because that's gonna make the next levels that you add easier, because they're gonna take that away and leave something else. Y'all gotta always understand that if a defense is taking away one thing, they're leaving something else open. And depending on how aggressive they are in taking away that one thing will also determine how much open the next thing will be. Which is why I say you got to master the thing as to which you're already good at offensively, something that is more innate to you, is a little more natural to you, and is something that's already your strength, right? Take that shit to a level of mastery and then begin to add layers, add levels. So, yo, what's good, Bright? What is your opinion on the PJF Performance Unranked Academy program? I haven't tried this program. I haven't tried anybody's program because I've been trying to learn shit for myself so I could be able to develop and build my own programs. So, but what I would say about PJF is that he does his research. He's one of those people who, when I look at his process and the way he delivers information, he is able to accumulate that information, then deliver it to the audience in a similar way as to which I go about learning what I do. Right, the different things that I do in my day-to-day. Like, he's not just going to look at the research, right? He's not going to just look at the studies, not just look at the numbers and what this person said and that person said and just bring it up. He's going to do all the research, meaning that he's going to do the studying. He's going to see the actual experiments that happen when it comes to a certain thing. Then he's going to go try it himself. Then he's going to go try it for somebody else. And then he's going to keep testing that shit over and over and over and over to see what really works. And then he's going to bring himself to a conclusion. And so if there is somebody I would back, because I've also tried some of the workouts as to which he's like posted and shit like that. If there's somebody I would recommend, I would say look at his programs. Up until, or actually, yeah, I'll say look at his programs, because on top of the fact that it's worked, some of the stuff that he's posted worked for me. Some of the information that he's delivered has also been truthful information and things that have worked. So I would say this shit probably will be a solid program. Praying for the Celtics downfall, that's crazy. Praying for someone's downfall is insane. My summer league is more competitive than school, and even though we have lost a ton of games because most of us have a new team, I can see I made hella improvement. In school ball going to be easy now? Hey, that's the goal. That's the goal. Improvement, daily growth, bit by bit, brick by brick. I love Tatum, but I got a feeling he's not one of the best players, even though the Celtics are my favorite team. Hope I'm wrong though. There's something off about it. Like there's something off about his aura. You know what I'm saying? There's something off about his aura. Y'all love to use the word aura nowadays, but this is where it kind of does come into play. Where a lot of people, if you don't really look at the film, it's gonna be like, yo, something's off about his game. Like he nice, but he not like that quite yet. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just his ability to play. Like I said before, and I'm going to talk about later, he's got to start playing from the baseline up and not half court down. Meaning that when Boston decides to get him the ball, you don't have him walk from half court and try to get to a spot in the mid-range. You have him start down by the baseline, start down towards the block, so once he gets his catch, he's closer to the rim. Right? He's closer to the rim. He can be more physical off the ball, be more physical in those areas. And so you got to allow him to operate in that 18-foot range-ish. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having be on the three-point line and then be right inside the three-point line when he gets his catch. Like, that shit's way too far at that point, because now you're playing a guard's game. Playing way too much of a guard's game. But if you already got the height, just get as deep as you can. And I that's why I was saying before that if like Kobe was still here, rest in peace Kobe, but if like Kobe was still here, I definitely think that would have got across to him, because that's the way Kobe played. He played from the baseline up. He ain't played from half court down. The only time he played half court down is if he already had a gap, and then he'll play the triple threat. But if he played baseline up, he could get into the post up, or he could triple threat from the mid range. So I definitely wish someone could get in his ear about that. Definitely do wish, because if he does, he's gonna get to the next level. Just got the book you recommended, Who Moved My Cheese? Yeah, it's just a good book. It's a good book. It's a quick read too. It should take you like a couple days, honestly, if you're really locked in. Hooper turned account and listen to this at work, brother. Keep it coming. Hey, appreciate the support, K-Rock. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. We locked in. We're going to get to this breakdown early, because like I told y'all, I got to break this fast in 4 hours, bro. I don't think y'all understand how much I'm about to grub at 4:30, bro. Once 4:30 hit or 4:15 hit, gang, I can't even tell you. I can't even describe to y'all, bro. I can't even describe. Oh my gosh, I'm about to eat crazy. But it's still gonna be solid eats. It's still gonna be solid eats. I'm not gonna go fucking get some terrible fucking processed food or some shit and break my fast. Yeah, the floats is easy after they push up, because now I can shoot. I just gotta learn to stop on the dime and also learn to float. Stopping on the dime is deceleration. Deceleration is strength. You gotta also understand that. You can get better by just doing decels in basketball, but the best way to improve it like this and get that quick growth or quick improvement is by doing strength training. I'm gonna start posting next week once I'm not fasted no more. I ain't do a 3-day fast, and I have energy to be able to actually lift as I lift and do as I usually do. I'm gonna start recording deceleration based workouts, meaning the eccentric, the loading, that's gonna help with decel. I'm gonna start posting concentric workouts, meaning that's the upward phase contraction, right? So the eccentric is the going down, concentric is going up, and then also the isometrics it's already got. I'm gonna start posting those different type of workouts so y'all can put that into the workout splits and then be able to get y'all shit done. So that's coming next week though. Maybe even Saturday if I can record, but we'll see. We'll see how much energy I got tomorrow. People see Brown as a man. Nothing against Tatum, but he's not him. I think Tatum. The thing with Tatum is that if Tatum got the attention Brown got, Tatum would get more buckets. But Tatum gets more attention and draws more eyes. Like, since Brown is that number 2, I don't think a lot of people understand how big of a difference it is. Because on that game plan, on that scouting report, they see Tatum, and it's like he's number 1. We got to make sure we load up, take away X, Y, and Z, like much more than they do Brown. Because when Brown has the ball, Tatum is off the ball, and he's still being taken account for. Meanwhile, when Tatum has the ball and Brown's off the ball, it's not as much, like you just said right there, less pressure. So, like, I don't think people understand that. Like, Brown's going to do his shit. And I think this is where you could get this is where they could be able to complement each other fantastically, where people understand the fact Tatum may be more skilled, but since he gets the attention, and then Brown on his part, he may get some more of the buckets, he may get a little bit more of the accolades, and then Tatum still is there for the gravity and all that little other stuff. So we'll see. Like I said, though, Tatum's fate is going to be determined when they play on the road. I kid you not. Mark my words. I want y'all to mark my words, all right? Tatum's performance on the road will be what determines if they can win the chip or not. Because, like I said, you're going to have these other players begin to fall off. They're playing they're playing on the road. They're playing away. They don't have their crowd. They don't have all these things they're so accustomed to. Understand, Tatum's going to have to step up, because that's when that number 1 has to just go and be that number 1 and activate fuck it mode. That's what I like to call it, activate fuck it mode. Where it's like, even though I could make this one more, this extra one here, I understand the fact that they not in that much of a rhythm as I might be at this certain point in time, or how much I even trust myself to be able to take this shot instead of passing this one up, right? He's got to activate that fucking mode. You know what I'm saying? When you seen Kobe activate that kill mode, he taking everything, shooting everything, not just because our options. Not saying our options aren't great, but me taking this shot and me knowing how to get to my spots to get to my shot, that's going to be even greater option than all of that. So understanding the ins and outs of it all to where even if they are honed in on me, I know how to play make and I know how to score and get my buckets. So I'm waiting on Tatum to get he got the playmaking stuff, but the bucket one, I want to see how well he does with that. I know what you mean about something off about him. Like I think it's something about his mentality. I don't know. It's that scoring, man. And Jordan Eats, I will indeed, bro. I will indeed. Jaylen Brown is him. Kyrie let the fans get to him and disappear. We'll see Kyrie next game. I think Kyrie's gonna get his confidence game 5. Mark my words, by the way. Mark my words, right? I thought about this yesterday. Mark my words. Mark my words. I'm the first one to say this. I don't know if y'all heard anybody say this. Game 5 is when Kyrie's gonna come to Boston and do his shit. Right? I think they may drop game 2, but I think they go to Dallas and they take 2 games. And we're knotted back at 2-2, right? And then Kyrie's going to come back to Boston for game 5. And Kyrie's going to now have the confidence of his ability to be able to score on Tatum, on Brown, on White, on Holiday, on Horford, on Porzingis. Because he was able to do it at their home floor. And the only thing that now changes is the environment. But when you're on the floor, you tune out the environment, right? He's going to be able to tune out the environment and understand these niggas can't guard me. Right? I figured out how to get to my spots. I seen them 3-4 straight games. This is the first couple of times we played them at home because we never got the chance to have the new roster and play them at our place. So he's going to come back after those 2 games in game 5 and go off. He's going to go off and it's be like, Kyrie Irving. Oh my gosh, he did it. I'm trying to tell you. Kyrie's going to know how to adjust. He's going to get the confidence from those 2 games they play at home. Realize, oh shit, I can score on these niggas all day. Ain't none. All I gotta do is continue to tune out the noise. I know how to get to my spots, and now I'm gonna get busy. So watch. Game 5. Just wait for it to happen. Wait for it to happen. I remember when Tatum saying, wait, did I miss it? Okay, let me go back. Why are you doing it fast? Like, where are the benefits? Well, there's physical benefits and being able to remove inflammation, remove toxins from my body, be able to mentally also improve my fortitude, and then also spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Spiritually for God. God fasted for 40 days, I believe, or was it 21? I forgot. I'm pretty sure it was like 40 days. And so in order for me to be able to follow with my purpose and understand what I must do and how I must do it and how I must live according to his name, I got to partake in certain actions so I can be able to know what it's like to be in that position in myself. And so being able to do that, being able to get through this fast and understand that it's not so much about pleasing my body and my flesh and being satisfied. It's also about my ability to tune into myself mentally to build my fortitude, spiritually so I know how to move and be able to do the things as to which that are metaphysical or that are intangible and I can't really put into words. And I just got to kind of guide and move and understand what's right and what's left. And so there's a number of reasons. So I was just like, damn, I got to do this now. I got the East Bay a couple weeks ago. If y'all seen that post, I made a post a couple days ago. Got the East Bay, and I was like, all right, I know this fast has been calling my name. I done did a 24-hour fast, and I was like, fuck it, let me go from 24 to 72. Tripled it, by the way. And I started 4 pounds underweight. I usually walk around 172. I started my fast at 168. 168, 4 pounds underweight. So I already cut a whole bunch of body fat. And now I'm 3 days in with already that 4 pounds I had off to start. This shit really like a 96 for real. This shit really like a 96 for real. And I was literally in my crib yesterday. I was dumb cold. I was fucking chilly and shit. And I was just like, bro, how the fuck do I keep going? What the fuck do I do? Like, should I fucking eat now or should I just, I'm like, bro, you're already halfway. You're already halfway. And I just realized how small this next 36 hours would be when I got halfway in comparison to the grand scheme of a year or just my life as a whole. I'm like, I would have regretted fucking eating if I would have folded halfway through, because now I got to get back to halfway through. And I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna deal with that, bro. Fuck that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing all that. I'm just gonna get this shit done right now. Boom. Get this shit done. And now we about 4.5 hours away, bro. And I kid you not, this shit is about to be up. It's about to be up. The world fucked up letting somebody with a mind like me get a 72 hour fast under their belt. Because it's GG's now. Just wait till what happened. Wait till what happened. Watch the diversity, watch the growth of content, watch the new shit I start posting, watch the new thoughts and ideas I've been having in mind. But it wasn't until the fast that everything just allowed me to no longer be in fear of making a certain step or making a certain move. Oh man, it's GG's. Oh man, it's GG's. Y'all seeing a revolutionary stream. It's a revolutionary stream right here. But whatchamacallit, where was I at? Respect that blessings indeed, yeah. That's just profound. I don't think it could work for anybody for real though. I don't know if it depends on your perspective and your thoughts and how you perceive certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like your spiritual intelligence, your natural intelligence, and being able just to listen and understand self, because everybody's different. Well, even though this fast is going to be able to help me grow in all aspects of my life, it may not help somebody else who hasn't come to the realization in the importance of fasting. So it's going to be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be different for everybody, and also boils down to like what your day-to-day life is like. Because if you're someone who works a job that's blue collar and involves a lot of labor, it's going to be tough to do a 3-day fast because you're going to be exerting so much physically that you're going to need to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely think some people need to do like a 24-hour fast is refreshing enough. It's refreshing enough. But if the 72 is your calling next, go to that 72 or go to that 48. Go 24 actually to 36 and 36, 48, 48, 60, 60, 72. You could do it like that. You could scale it. But I was like, nah, I need to do that 3. So get on that for real. Also be careful. Be careful. Because I'm probably lost like maybe 6 to 7 pounds, maybe right now. And so like to be able to get that back, and if your goal right now is basketball and be able to play at your highest level, the fast might not be exactly what you need right now. So you can't really lose any of those days just to necessarily do the fast. And like I said, if the fast is calling for you, right? Don't do it just because, oh, you did it, I know it's going to help him. Do it if that is what aligns with you spiritually. If that is what aligns with you spiritually, go ahead and do that fast. Hey, ATN, I was about to see your message before. You should have just kept it there. Should have just kept it in order. But now I'm got to go back through everything else that was there and just wait to see what yours is now. Where is that, though? India, I wish Kobe was here, man. Rest in paradise, Kobe, man. Rest in paradise. Kyrie really lost 11 straight to the Celtics. Hey, bro, you gonna break the cycle on Game 3. I think Boston might take Game 2. But the fact that they came back, they're about to come back 29-8. From 29, they got down 8. Whatchamacallit is insane, and that was just all Luka. It was all Luka. If Kyrie was there, that game would have been close. Like a EuroLeague game, that shit's gonna go off. That shit gonna be crazy. That shit would be crazy. I need to get to a finals game one of these years, man. I need to start going to like actual events and real games and shit. But we're gonna see how shit transpire. I asked this question yesterday, but you couldn't answer. You cut off stream. You said W script. What I said before. Yeah, it's tough. But it was how do you become a scoring guard? Is able to create space for themselves and others. Saying a scoring guard and creating space is too broad. Like, I'll need to know like some of the specifics of what you do and like how you could build around that. And even then, it's like your goal should ultimately be the best version of yourself, not trying to put yourself in a certain play type or a certain archetype of play style, as to which is appealing, but having a play style that is right in alignment with not just how you think, but also how you feel when you're on the court and the way you actually play and the skills that you have. So you got to really think about you, because you got to understand that what's going to allow you to stand out from everybody else is if you simply learn you, because nobody can be you. If you try to be somebody else, good luck, because what's going to end up happening is that they're going to be able to find someone that's more on the horn of that if you're trying to mimic somebody else. But if you begin to learn from people, pull things and patch them together like it's a quilt, right? Like, you know how a quilt has a bunch of different, like, it can have a bunch of different squares, different color squares, different designs, all put together to formulate a blanket, right? think of your game the same way. Like you're pulling all these little different things, all these different designs from different places, and then you're bringing it together, and now that's what's going to make it unique for you. So I want you to take the approach of, I don't want to become something from the motive and the standpoint of it looks pretty for X, Y, and Z player, but take it from learn it from a standpoint of, I got to build my game this way because this what aligns with me and the skills and talents of my game. So mental, physical, spiritual, indeed. Also emotional. Mar TV, appreciate that sub. I didn't know strength helped your deceleration so much. Yeah, I got to get in the gym for real then. Yeah, I was going to say, before I get to, or let me read the second part actually. Thank you for all the tips, bro. Helps, bro. Message on early on stream. This is great advice. No problem, by the way. No problem. But like I was saying though, decel, it's all muscle. It's all muscle. Your ability to stop force that you have produced. That's muscle. That's what your muscles are there for. Shit got spooky. My bad. No problem. You watch any film from Discord server? I'm not sure. I may watch it later off stream when I'm not fucking 70 hours deep in a fast. Let me see how much shit is on there. Yeah, emotional as well. Let me see how much shit is on there. If not, I'll peep it off stream, and I'm gonna lock in. There's nothing there though. I'm pretty sure I went through everything this morning. Yeah, I went through everything this morning. There's someone in a jump shot. Yeah, there's not anything right now. I'll peep it off stream though. I'm gonna peep it off stream. I got you. Because I low-key do really need to get to this game. Because like I said, my body, even right now as I stream, my fan is even on because I've been chilly the whole time, bro. I've been getting anemic. I've been getting anemic in this bitch for the past day and a half. So let me get this posted on the gram though. Let me make this quick little story post. And yeah, we're gonna get to it. I'm about to go to the gym after this too. I'm about to form shoot, then break my fast. Be locked in. Let me find a good clip I want to clip up. I'm gonna talk about, by the way, this breakdown is all Boston, by the way. It's purely Boston. Everything Boston in this breakdown. Let me find this one play from Jaylen Brown. Let me find this other one play by Jaylen Brown. I'm looking for this one specific play. And I know y'all seen this play as well. Let me go here and then get there. Okay. There we go. That was perfect first go. Perfect first go. That's tough. There we go. As my stomach begins to rumble. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, let me know if y'all fuck with the stream time. Because if anything, I could start streaming like maybe 12:30 p.m. EST. Let me know what y'all think. They go here. And then go there. And then we gonna go. We're actually gonna put some color on that right quick. Boom, right there. Up 30 going to the second half is crazy. Yeah, up 17 going to the first quarter was low key crazy too. That shit was wild. Wild as fuck. Brown be the series MVP. Yeah, I can see Jaylen Brown being the series MVP unless Tatum has big time road performances. It really depends on who plays best on the road and who's gonna will their team if they do get it if they do steal a game on the road. So you're literally in school. I thought y'all finished school. Already. Unless y'all be going a little long, or yeah, y'all do be going a little longer over there, overseas. If you're overseas from the UK, yeah. So that shit, y'all 6 hours ahead, so it's not bad at all. In Canada, okay. So just outside of US, y'all be finishing school a little later. KP was a huge difference maker. It was insane. It was an unexpected difference maker. I didn't think he'll get his rhythm that fast. I didn't think he'll find his rhythm that fast. But I'll tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why he played so well. And it's the little things, man. It's the little things. Let me put this in Discord. Yeah, he barely played too. But it was all in the first half as well. He had 18 in the first half, 2 in the second half. So he caught his rhythm quick. Caught fire quick. And we got some gems to get to. Yo, what's good, Konstantinos? What's good? We about to get to this breakdown, though. We about to lock in. Get out the 24th? Damn. School over here always finished like no later than late June, but now they push that shit even earlier. It's kind of weird. It was just, I don't know why they actually pushed it up, but I don't know. KV is easier? All right, bet. Bet what's good. By the way, if y'all in the stream, make sure y'all hit the top of the chat. Y'all join the Discord, all right? Join the Discord. It is free. All you got to do is have an account, sign up for this, make a Discord account, solve the CAPTCHA, and now you in the Discord, and throughout the days, I'll answer and respond to y'all questions when I'm not streaming. I'll be posting workouts. I have workout splits so y'all can know how to mix and match and put together my workouts to build your own workout. So make sure y'all go ahead and join that Discord. It's free, by the way. Make sure you go join. If you don't click top of the chat, top of the description, join the Discord, join the DOR Discord. Lock in. So, like I said, though, this is about to be all Boston. I was talking to Freddie. He told me a lot of the summer stuff I should just do a 3v3 thing and play off the court. You think it's enough, or should I do more? Bro be ignoring me at Discord. I'm going to start personally DMing you. Personal DMs low-key be even worse. But I be peeping. Ricky, I don't be seeing what you say. I literally go there. I look at every single channel. And then I respond to all the questions I be seeing in there. Unless it's like something that really doesn't require a like response sometimes. But I try to get to like everything. I get to everything, at least I believe. All right, bet that, AT, bet that. But let me get some more water right quick, because we about to cook. And then after we cook, I'm about to go and hit the workout and then break this damn fast, man. Still can't believe I'm doing 72 hours. That's just ridiculous. So I want to talk, there's about to be a bunch of concepts, a bunch of series, clips in this breakdown. And I low-key like doing the breakdown this way, where I have, instead of everything being scattered and all over the place, I just put them all together so y'all can see the connectivity between everything. So this is off the rip. We're going to have a bunch of stuff. We're going to have Jaylen Brown. We can have Tatum. We can have Kristaps. We're going to talk about a little stuff Dallas did defensively. But without further ado, let's get busy. So this is the first play of the game, right? And I want you to understand what the point of attack is. You got Jaylen Brown getting a cross screen from Jayson Tatum, who has PJ Washington on him, Jones Jr. on Tatum. And now they try to set this screen so that Brown can be able to get Kyrie. So first look isn't there. Screen doesn't work. Now I want you to pay attention to Dallas's back line, right? Gafford through this whole action is sitting here on this nail. And now when the ball gets to Tatum, he shifts over, takes a step. Tatum puts the ball down. Watch Gafford. He stays stationary. No look pass to the corner. That's the most important part. Really pay attention, because that's how you catch the defense a step late. So notice, since he's just looking off and then fires that, it's not until the ball is in the air that Gafford begins to react. And now he's going to overreact because he's not used to playing on the perimeter. And now he gets that dunk. That's the benefits of a 5-out, right? The benefits of a 5-out. And now I also want you to pay attention to this. Gafford once again. And two, most importantly, the matchups. The matchups. Because you're going to see PJ Washington get a quick dunk right here. But like we seen last time, he's matched up against Jaylen Brown. And when he's on offense, Derek White is on him. So you're going to have to cross match when you get back. And that at times could burn you. But it's what you need to do. So pay attention. Washington on that bucket. Jaylen Brown now, he gets himself down. And also Brown and Gafford. Remember, Brown and Gafford on this play. When Brown decides to go and attack early, when everybody's not set, Gafford pulls in all the way down to the paint. Right? Down to the nail because I'm a rim protector. So I got to get down there and make sure no one gets no layups. And now Brown picks that up, kicks it to Tatum once again, swing over to Horford, quick pass. Tatum's playing a smart game. Brown's playing a smart game. Boston is playing a smart game. And now Jaylen Brown is going to continue to be able to leverage his ability to play early within the offense off another made bucket. Pay attention with Jaylen Brown. Now, notice who's on the floor for Dallas. Right? Notice who's on the floor for Dallas. Kyrie, Luka, Kleba, Josh Green, PJ. Lively's not in. Gafford's not in. Those are their two rim protectors. And so now Jaylen Brown, when he goes and attacks, spin move right there, someone didn't already run into the paint to be able to take away his look. So he doesn't need to pick the dribble up. He could just actually go up and draw a foul because Kleba's still stepping over, already beat PJ Washington. And that's how Jaylen Brown is able to get his buckets throughout the series and be able to build rhythm. Playing fast and early within the shot clock. And he's going to continue to do that too. He does that. He's been doing that all year. He's been doing it all year. And now I want to get into another segment. Boston in 5 is crazy. If you think they're only going to lose, they're going to be able to shoot the lights out for 4 games out of 5. They could happen. I just don't believe it's going to happen because you know how the 3-ball goes. If I need to remind you, Houston Rockets 2018 versus Golden State Warriors. Or was it 2017? I don't know. One of those years. But now I want to talk about isolations, right? So, first things first about this isolation. What allowed Boston to dominate Game 1 is how strategic and cerebral they were when it comes to their isolations. And I'll pay attention to the matchups as to which Jayson Tatum is not just going to attack, but he's going to be able to be successful against, right? He comes down in transition. I got Gafford. Let me bring the ball back out, right? Let me pull the ball back out for a second so I can now have some steam, be able to build up, walk him down, get into the paint. I now pull in practically 1, 2, 3 help defenders, and I kick this out to the corner for Horford, and he gets that corner 3, misses it. But now continuously pay attention. Jayson Tatum, Derek Lively, another big, no problem. Watch how he attacks this. Brings the ball back out once again. Get out the way. Don't set that screen. I now work my way to this left side because by going left, I open up this middle of the floor for me now to attack his top foot and lead me into space. The most important thing is creating space and then attacking the top foot. Not attacking the top foot and not knowing if you have space. That's going to help you get better playing one-on-one in isolations. Note that. So now, boom, he gets here, is able to read Kyrie on the pull, read Washington on his pull, and then kick that out to Derek White. Tatum's not playing a selfish game of basketball. 2 times, 2 for 2 on great looks developed by him attacking bigs. Now pay attention to what he's going to continuously do. I now have Josh Green. Give me Daniel Gafford. And remember how he pulled Gafford out on that first possession? I'm now going to walk back. Heads he pull up over the top. I'm not attacking you. Give me that bucket. Third great look he's developed attacking a big. Now let's continuously pay attention. I now get Derek Lively later on in the game. And how do I attack Derek Lively now? Cross step, little off arm swipe. You know what I'm saying? That's important for this move. By the way. You can't just cross step and just try to be quick all the time. Sometimes you have to misdirect them and then throw their balance and throw their momentum the other way from the upper body so their feet are a little slower. And now Tatum's able to now get here into the paint, kick out to Kristaps. He develops another great look. That's the 4th great look he's developed. And then they even end up getting a bucket off of that. 4 for 4 on these attacks, right? Continuously pay attention. I get Derek Lively again. How do I attack this now? You see this cross step again, other side of the floor. Watch what Lively does. Hops out to that side. And by him simply doing that alone, y'all don't understand what goes on mentally when someone overcommits to a move that they got fooled on. What's going to end up happening is that they're going to begin to panic. They're now going to understand that I have overcompensated for this other way, So now it's going to lead to another overcompensation the other way in terms of the ground that I'm covering and the angles that I'm playing. So what's now going to happen when Lively ends up getting back squared? Boom. I end up leaving open this other side because he hit me with that cross to that middle. And now I get here, dump this down to Holiday. He gets that to Jaylen Brown. And Brown gets into the paint, gets a foul on Lively because he's been very undisciplined in his ability to stay vertical this entire game. So Tatum, once again, developed another high-quality look. And you thought we was done? You thought we was done? Give me another one. Give me another one. Give me another one. Derek Lively. That's 5 out of 5 thus far. Great looks developed. Let's see how he gets busy now. Let's see how he gets busy now. Off-arm swipe once again on that left side. Off-arm swipe once again on the left side. Pay attention. It's little things. Hand check, swipe. Get me straight into this middle. Dump down to Holiday. Holiday's just at a bad angle, and he clips the backboard right here in the corner. That's low-key wild. He clipped the backboard. But another great look. 6 for 6 on great looks developed when he attacked a big. That's the matchup Jayson Tatum has to attack. That's the matchup. He can't, if you're already developing such great looks and great opportunity off of this matchup alone, Gafford and Lively and maybe even Kleba, depending on how he's feeling, if you feel quick enough just to be able to get a move and get by, that's what he's got to stick to. Now, Jaylen Brown, though, right? Jaylen Brown, who is his matchup? Because they are the two isolation players for Boston. Let's look at Jaylen Brown's matchup, right? Top of the second quarter, whole fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown did not look to get any matchups or any mismatches, right? But now coming into the second quarter, the person I like to go against, Luka Doncic, right? Luka Doncic. And now, even though you may be like, oh, Luka's slow, he's a little big, Jayson Tatum can do the same thing. I'm going to show you a little later on. Why not? Everybody has their own feel of the game. So now when Jaylen Brown wants to attack, pay attention to what he's going to do when he sees Luka. I'm now just going to put my shoulder down, utilize my speed, and get into the paint. Keep it simple. Keep it very, very simple. And pay attention to what he does right here. Because this stop and pump fake is the most important thing. For him to be able to get that floater off. Because notice what it did to Gafford. Watch Gafford. He's stepping over from the block. And now he has a right left to be able to jump and have more momentum so he can get higher. But since he stopped, he now has to break his momentum and has to jump off vert to try and block that. And he's able to get that floater right there and then, right? And now 1 for 1. Jaylen Brown attacking Luka Doncic, right? 1 for 1. Now Sam Hauser, come back, set the screen. Let me get Luka. But pay attention to this move. I now go left, hard to that left side. Hit him with that tween, break to that middle. Help tries to step over, can't get there quick enough because we got shooters. We got shooters. You over here worried about Horford hitting another 3. Kyrie with Payne Pritchard, you can't really do much. He about 6'2". And now I come here and get this dunk. 2 for 2 going against Luka Doncic, right? And he's still not done. This is now the third quarter. Bring up Sam Hauser. Let me get Luka Doncic once again. And he's trying to take away my lane. He's trying to anticipate it. I just stop, change direction, lose the ball. But I understand the fact that if I get my shoulder down deep enough, I can be able to get to the lane and do this other thing like I told y'all before, which is get into Derek Lively, who's been undisciplined in his contest and ability to stay vertical, which is why he got himself into foul trouble in this game. And they got themselves to the line. So now pay attention. Jayson Tatum as well. I showed y'all the success that he had throughout the entire game. Going to attack Gafford, going to attack Lively. But now, what happened when he goes to attack Luka Doncic? Someone who you would think, easy buckets. You could cook them all day, right? You could cook them all day. But it's not quite like that because, like I said, it's the feel when it comes down it comes down to when you play the game that will determine who you like to go against. So, boom, pay attention. Now he comes off this. This is second quarter, 8:30, a couple minutes after Jaylen Brown was doing his attacks on Luka. He picks up on Luka. And watch the job Luka does here as a defender when guarding Tatum, right? He decides to in and out, boom, cross. Luka is able to stay in front of that move, decides to make another move, stays in front of all of those. Kristaps gets here. Makeable look, but ultimately 0 for 1, right? 0 for 1 on attacking Luka, right? Being able to get buckets. So now, I really want you to pay attention to this one right here because this is the very next minute, right? Maybe about 40 seconds later. I now get to switch on to Luka. What type of move do I want to use? How do I want to attack Luka in this situation? And what ends up occurring, boom, I decide to settle for this shot. Has he pulled over the top? And I definitely think the reason why Tatum isn't as great as at attacking a Luka Doncic is that he doesn't just go and put his shoulder down and get straight to the paint and to the rim like Jaylen Brown does. And that's where Brown is better than Tatum. And so now I want you to pay attention to this. Understanding that, let me go back full screen right quick. Understanding the fact that Jayson Tatum, when he went against bigs, developed 6 great looks out of 6 attacks. When Jaylen Brown attacked Luka Doncic, he developed 3 buckets. He got 3 buckets out of 3 attacks. And when Tatum attacked Doncic, he was 0 for 2. Right? Luka did a great job defensively as well, moving his feet, being physical down there, lively as well. And so now when you get here, right, this is what it looks like to be unselfish, right? Tatum has Luka Doncic on him. Jaylen Brown has PJ Washington. If Tatum was selfish, he would have said, all right, I got Luka. Pass me the ball. I would go ahead and attack Luka. But understanding our efficiency and whose matchups are the most favorable for each other, Tatum ends up setting the screen for Jaylen Brown. He gets Luka onto Jaylen Brown. Brown kicks it out to Holiday. Holiday brings the ball right back to Tatum. And now he understands the fact that since I was unselfish and played the right way, the ball found its way right back to me, top of the key, open. Give me that 3. You got to play unselfish. Got to be unselfish. You got to understand that it's about winning and not just me getting my own shit off. Got to understand. Tan doesn't penetrate well. Hold on.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Pause. You got to put a pause on that, man. You got to put a pause on that. My bad. I wasn't peeping. I was low-key in a flow right there. I just had a whole sequence. We got through damn near half these clips. We got through half these clips off that whole sequence. But I think Brown may end up getting Finals MVP, if anything. You gonna stream more over the summer? I mean, nothing really changes for me, whether it's the summer or during the year, but I'll probably stream the same amount. I just got the trip I'm going to go to, which I'll be gone for like a week. God bless. All right, catch you though, Evan. Should I be higher, you think? I low-key forgot which play that was because I was in a flow. Just a random website? No, I watched the game back and literally pulled the clips from the game. Like, I watched the entire game back and pulled the clips. And then I have to make all the connections by myself as I pull the clips, by the way. So it's not like I got some shit that's already pre-made for me. I'm literally sitting here watching the game and be like, oh shit, this is connected to that, and then putting it all together, and then I stream. The work that goes behind closed doors y'all don't see, just so y'all can get this pretty clean breakdown. Boston looked for the rookie, looked for a mistake, and he said, if you get stopped up, it's no good. Yeah, he just got to go. Like, you just got to go, literally. Like you seen Jaylen Brown do. Lose the ball, just get my shoulder down. Turn the corner, boom, quick move, go. Like, you just got to do that. If you do too many moves, it's going to bring it right back into the play. Tatum dunk over Brown, what you talking about? That's why I live for. That shit was old as shit. That shit was like 6 years ago. People still living off that? If you're a Boston fan, you still living off that one that play? If that is, that's kind of crazy. You said, yo, what did Tatum win? Do you think he's an all-time great Celtic? He might be better because they only got one ring over there. I don't think you realize that. They only got one ring. So it's not like they had a whole dynasty over there or some shit. That was 4 years ago? Was it really? 2020? No, it wasn't. That shit was 2018, gang. You tripping. That shit was 6. This was 2024. That shit was 6 years ago, man. Braun 2018 Braun, that was the best Braun out of all Brauns. That was the best LeBron we done seen. 2018 Braun. And now let's talk about Kristaps Porzingis. This is about to be a Kristaps Porzingis segment. KP, let's talk about KP. I low-key might speed this up as well. I might fuck around and speed this up on the fact that there's a lot of clips we got to get through when it comes down to this. Or actually, let me leave it here. So, Kristaps Porzingis. So, actually, let me go full screen and do a little intro. The game changer to this whole game was Kristaps Porzingis. As we all know, 18 points in the first half of the first game you come back after a calf strain. I thought the calf strain was going to slow him down, but hey, I'm wrong, I guess. I guess I'm wrong. So pay attention with Kristaps. Now, this is the first touch that he's going to get of the game, right? I get to switch on to Luka. I don't want Lively. He has a length to be able to contest me up top and speed to stay in front. So now notice what he ends up getting out of this possession. Luka's trying to get underneath him, trying to be physical. But what ends up occurring, he gets some space and he gets fouled. And that right there is why I definitely believe he started this game out with 18 points in the first half. Because there's no better way to build your rhythm than getting yourself to the free throw line for your first couple of looks. Not only are you able to just take a form shot from about 18 feet out, you're able to see the ball go through the rim 2 times if you just play at your pace and do what you do in all your practices, right? So boom, he knocks down those first 2 free throws. So now when he comes back down about 20, 30 seconds later, he's now getting this touch. And this touch is a completely different feel than the one he had the first time. I now have Jaden Hardy. The ball just feels smoother. I'm used to the feel. Boom, little pump fake right there. Hit him in the face. But the rest probably not going to call it because it's Jaden Hardy. And now he ends up getting that easy look right there. Give me 4 points out the gate. And now defensively. This is something that was just so stupid to me. And I continue to question. If you see this big motherfucker, Kristaps Porzingis, you see this 7'3", 7'2" European down the lane, all this length and everything, pause, right in front of you, and you're like, all right, let me try to go and finish over him. Do you realize you have a decision? You could either say, yes, I'm going to go, or you could say no. You could say no and actually just bring the ball back out and be like, that's not a great shot. But what ends up happening so many times in this first quarter is that they decide to see Kristaps Porzingis backpedaling and bring the ball exactly to where he loves to defend, which is the rim. So now, boom, you miss that. Contest by Kristaps Porzingis. And he's not just going to contest, he's going to come back down to the other rim and play magnificently. So pay attention to Derek Lively now, right? I want to talk about the defensive side of this. All because you're told to pressure the ball doesn't mean you got to allow somebody to blow past you and get a drive. Derek Lively is so aggressive that he allows Kristaps Porzingis to turn the corner just because he wanted to put pressure on the ball. And ultimately, you got to only put as much pressure as to which you could put on the ball while being able to stay in front of their drive and not just pressure the ball and give up a lane so they could drive. A lot of people get that misconstrued. So now, what ends up occurring, Kristaps Porzingis continuously is going to have the effect he's going to have with his height and his length at the rim. Pay attention to Jaden Hardy. You could have easily got to a float over here instead. But what do you want to do? You want to bring it into the paint, try to get some contact, and now you end up getting blocked. Right? You end up getting blocked. And I'll pay attention to this. Kristaps Porzingis once again. He's got Josh Green on him. Oh, throw that back. Let me work myself down. Let me get good positioning so I can get to where I want. I can get to my spots. Right? And notice the 2 ways Kristaps Porzingis is able to create space. He has Josh Green on him, right? 7'3" versus 6'5". Now, Kristaps Porzingis doesn't put his shoulder down, but how does he create space? Notice, first things first, he's not even going to dribble. Boom, little butt bump, right? Get off of me. Create about a foot of space right there alone. That's the first thing he does. Next, I face up. And boom, I utilize that step through so then I can get more space. Pay attention. Next, I bring this next foot over, step through, nudge, might have been some illegal contact, you know what I'm saying? May have been some, what's the word for it? Unsolicited contact. But despite the fact of that, boom, I'm open, I get to my midi. He don't even need a dribble create space. He just uses his body. And that's fantastic work to do as a big at that size. Great skill to have. And now pay attention to this. Pay attention. Let's talk about Daniel Gafford. You got Porzingis and Gafford. You know that's the matchup. But watch what Gafford does here in transition. He decides to run down into the paint as if he has to protect the rim and somebody else is running the rim. But KP, he hangs behind the play and he's already got 6 points. Boom, give me that. Knock that down. Give me another bucket. Daniel Gafford has got to eliminate that habit. He's got to play up and get better with these closeouts, or else you're going to continuously get burned by KP, especially in transition, and even at Al Horford. And I even Kyrie low-key got his shit blocked. This wasn't a bad take. It was just like, oh shit, I didn't realize he was gonna reach that or he was gonna commit. That was a tough one. And now they come back down. Josh Green, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. How many times do I gotta say? You have a choice. You don't have to go up here. You don't have to. And if you are going to, you gotta at least initiate some contact. So then once you hit the body, it's harder for him to reach the ball. But people don't develop those skills and go up blindly and try to get shit like that where you're just not going to get that shit off. Come on, man. You got to start playing more smart, man. Dudes got to play a little more smart. This is the only play I got about the Mavs because this shit right here is tough. Think when Brown's down. KP got good mismatches. Yep. Anybody who's just a wing, mismatch. Just mismatch. Tatum's extra penetrate. It's just not his game. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say something like it's not your game. I would say you just got to learn it to how it fits into your game. So you just got to learn how it fits into your game. But pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. This is just a tough play from Kyrie. I had to show this. Notice. This right here. Actually, let me go back. Let me get some water before you even keep going. Cat doesn't know how to use his body. He's 7 foot, but don't know how to use his body like KP is able to in those situations. He's not physical enough. KP's not crazy physical, but Cat is not physical at all. And I don't know. Something about the way that nigga be moving. It's like, are your legs even strong enough to handle that capacity? I be seeing them jump, and I'm like, yo, like you can't get up any higher. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it should be throwing me off. But pay attention. Peep this. So, this clip right here of Kyrie. This is the power of patience. When Kyrie got the ball right here, watch off the ball. Nobody on the Mavs is spaced properly so that Kyrie could go and attack. But what ends up happening, Drew Holiday decides to flood in. He decides to play and help. But the second everybody gets spaced, watch what Drew Holiday does. He turns his back and he goes to find his man. And so now Kyrie decides to go left, get into the paint, and get to that space and get into his floater. Patience. You don't got to be rushed. Allow spacing to happen. The spacing will bring pressure. And then with that pressure, you'll open up space for yourself to get to your spots. And then you can just make whatever play that needs to be made. And now going back to Kristaps Porzingis. I want to talk about a couple skills right here with Kristaps Porzingis. So now you got KP with Derrick Jones Jr. over here at the top. Give that up so I can work down. I don't got to try to dribble myself down to my spots. I play off the triple threat, right? So pay attention. Off this catch, Derrick Jones Jr. is all the way up into my body, right? He's trying to get into my hips. But now what do? I step through, and now boom right here. I create space on that alone. Because the second I bring my right foot back, I now have that gap in between us. And if you try to get there too quickly, you could overcommit. But pay attention to where you put the ball, right? Since he puts that ball on the outside, steps through, you can't reach that. And now, just off that step through, and now following up with this low rip through, Derrick Jones Jr. is just going to put a hand up high and not try to reach to swipe the ball, and I'm able to get to my spots. I just need a little bit of space. Give me that bucket. That's a tough hit. But with all the shots he made before, that bucket's easy. That's an easy buck for him. And now, pay attention once again. Josh Green. Any wing on this Mavs is a mismatch. So now pay attention. Notice what he does. Little bit of separation like this is all what it takes for the defender to overreact. Pump fake, get you in the air, one dribble pull up. Tough bucket from a 7'2", 7'3" player. That right there is the type of shit as Twitch a Wemby could definitely learn from. Utilizing his body, utilizing his frame, getting his overall body stronger, and learning how to create space just with his length so that he could be able to get a shot up over the top of players. That's something he's got to learn. If he does, it might be GG's. And now this right here is tough. This right here is tough as well. So understand this with Dallas. Now, this right here is a snowball effect. If you've ever seen it in basketball, This is a snowball effect. So you got Luka who goes to that right side. He goes to this lane. Very makeable shot. Very, very makeable. He smokes it. But notice what he does coming back down on defense, right? Instead of going to match up and getting all back set, he decides to go and double Jayson Tatum. And then boom, you're automatically at a disadvantage. You're in rotation. And if you're going to double in this situation, you better be the one to go rotate back to where you need to be. Instead of making PJ Washington go and get there off of the decision that you made, and now you get burned, right? And not only do you get burned right there for that, and because you might have been frustrated from missing that layup, watch what happens now. Jaylen Brown guarding Luka. Behind the back, beat you to that spot. Give me that. Second time he ripped Luka. Right there alone, practically a 7-point swing because you got frustrated by the missed lay, right? Can't allow that shit to get to you. You got to continuously play solid. But now notice what happens to the Mavs as a whole off of that one play alone. Kyrie's got Drew Holiday. Sizes him up. I don't like it. Actually, let me bring the ball back. Let me get a screen, right? Let me get a screen. I give it up to Kleber. But I know I'm going to want to chase this. But what Kyrie does, he decides to chase too early. Boom, Kleber can't get set. Offensive foul. Another turnover, right? Another turnover. And this has all begun after Luka Doncic's smoke layup and giving up 3. So now notice what happens defensively next time down. Drew Holiday. This is something as to which y'all players who play in handoffs know this read. I want y'all to understand what Drew Holiday is seeing and how the floor looks like, right? So pay attention. After this action occurs here in the middle, Holiday is seeming like he's going to go handoff to Tatum. But watch what Luka Doncic does. Watch his angle, right? Pay attention because Holiday is using his peripheral at this spot. Utilizing his peripheral, and with Luka Doncic stepping up and leaving an angle, and Derrick Jones Jr. still going at the Tatum, boom, I split to this middle, dump off to Derek White, and we're able to get here and get that too. Being able to utilize your peripheral and see those gaps. Take note of that, right? Especially when getting to those handoffs. And now notice what happens here with Kyrie. Told you, it's a snowball effect. This is all happening in the course of like 90 seconds. And this is what ultimately is going to lead the game to being the biggest lead as to which it was the whole time. Y'all had nothing. Y'all can't get no stops. Momentum's on their side. Let's try a zone. Let's try a zone. Derrick Jones at the top. Kyrie also at the top. You got three here on this side. And I also want you to pay attention to Mazzulla. Pay attention to Mazzulla. Get that ball to that other side. He's pointing to Jayson Tatum. Why? Because the reversal and then the way the defense is going to shift from the screen, Kleber is stepping up, but he's not all the way up, which gives Jayson Tatum space to be able to pull this shot from this left wing, and then boom, give me that 3 ball, and we're up by 29. Snowball effect. Crazy. It all just got worse and worse and worse. Just kept getting worse. But now let's talk about this as well. Now, this is the concept I tell y'all about every stream. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You had Tatum come off this cross screen from the right wing from Porzingis. And now he's going to come and set this screen on Kyrie so he could get this switch. But watch what Tatum does, right? Watch what Tatum does. When he gets a switch, he seals and leaves space open so that they could throw the ball into space instead of him already taking up the space and he can't be able to get to the ball to where it should be because that pass needs to get led. And so now once he gets this catch, quick move, shimmy, you bite on it. Now give me this dunk right here. A lot of people is getting dunked on this game. I don't know what's going on, but people is getting dunked on. It is the finals though, so you got to jump and at least try to get it because it's for all the marbles. So now, same set. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Coming from this side once again. Now pay attention. That's Kristaps right there, right? That's Kristaps. And so you're gonna try to set the screen on Kyrie. Boom, Kyrie does a better job with the seal. You just send that over to Porzingis, Josh Green, a little more ball pressure. Porzingis just pulls that shit from deep. And now, boom, give me that bucket. When they're hitting shots like that, good luck. Good luck. But let me also talk about this third quarter. Because you know they got the lead back to 8, right? Luka Doncic had like, 37, like damn near 40 this game? Got this shit back to 8. And the only reason they couldn't close this gap is because Kyrie. Kyrie had 12.6 and 19. Couldn't get the ones that they needed to get down in. So it's just going to be hard to actually make a comeback. It was going to be extremely difficult. So now I want to talk about this as well. I got a few more clips left in here. Got a few more. So pay attention. You got Jaylen Brown top of the key. Pay attention to the spacing. Tatum to his right side, action going on over here at this left side, Drew Holiday on the move, right? And so just already knowing this right side, you're not going to help off of Tatum, right? You're practically staying attached. There's no help from over here. Daniel Gafford's going to do what he always does, get to a nail and help over all the way over at the rim. And now Drew Holiday's moved to the top of the key, ball to Al Horford, who had Daniel Gafford on him, who went to help. But now what happens? Open corner three, and you get burned. That's where the 5 out is unguardable. Shit's so tough to guard. Got shooters all around. And now once again here with Daniel Gafford. I'll talk about Gafford again right quick. Talk about Gafford. Pay attention. And now you got Gafford down here on this weak side, right? He's so used to controlling his back line, right? So used to it. And now when you got to get into a step-up screen and actually make a switch, are you even going to step up as much as you should? You don't? Jaylen Brown hides behind that, pulls that, give me that bucket. Daniel Gafford's got to tighten up with some of these coverages, man. You got to lock in. Playing that perimeter, got to get sharp. He's got to get sharp. And now I got a couple clips about Payton Pritchard, and I got some shit about Jayson Tatum. So pay attention. Notice what's going here off the ball, right? Luka's going to get this step-up screen from Lively. Watch Kristaps Porzingis. He tells Pritchard, oh, take the screen, right? Because by Pritchard guarding the screener, what's going to allow Pritchard to do versus Porzingis is that he has the speed to be able to stay in front of that. They're not playing a drop, and now Derek White comes from behind because Payton Pritchard was able to stop his drive as a whole. But now watch Derek White. You may think he may get chased down blocked. He just slows down right here in front of the rim, so now you don't have momentum to time a block. Y'all can be able to take that into your own bag as well. If y'all going to add something, add that. Utilizing a change of pace to break rhythm so players can't go and block you. Like you seen Jaylen Brown do with that stop and get into that floater, right? And now pay attention once again here with Payton Pritchard. He was doing a great job with this because all these possessions really matter because you don't know what this can now build up to. So now Pritchard guarded PJ Washington. I switch on to Luka. All I'm going to try to do is stay in front. If I stay in front, this is going to allow everybody else to do the job that they need to. And now Holiday digs, forces this pickup, hands out into a lane. Boom, solid contest for Luka. And now you're able to get that miss, right? You're able to get that miss. And so Payton Pritchard did a great job coming in there defending as well. So now, let me talk about Jayson Tatum like I was talking about earlier in the stream. So I want you to see his first possession, right? Notice how Tatum is going to get to his spots right here when he got Kyrie. You got Dallas, who's in this kind of a little bit of a zone over here, right? Pay attention. I'm pretty sure this is a zone. Tell him to step over. I get to that left side. And now I turn my back from the three-point line so I can be able to try to use my size just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. And so now I post up, back down, 5 on the clock. Fake on that dig. I fade from 2 feet inside that 3. That's a tough shot. You got to understand, that's a tough shot. And so understand the fact of, okay, I hit that one last time. The thing about Tatum is that you can't fall in love with getting these catches over here this far to the outside against players who are way under your size. So what Tatum has to do instead of falling in love with these long 2 fades, right, is that when you run these type of sets, right, when you run these sets, instead of having him come from half court, going down to his spots, getting these switches, work him up from the baseline, and then get these switches closer to these elbows, closer to around 18, 15 feet in, so he doesn't have to fade from so far out and can really utilize that mid-range and be efficient there and put more pressure on the rim because he's just closer to the rim. And so now he's going to end up catching from this far out. You get pushed off your spot. Josh Green on you being physical. Boom, you take a fade from that far. That's not a great shot to take. Despite the fact they end up getting an offensive rebound. He does smoke that lay. Horford on that putback. If they decide to now have Tatum work from his spots, going from the baseline up instead of going from half court down, it allows him to use more of his size, be a little more physical, get his catches closer to the rim, and now their offense as a whole will be more efficient. And now that's the end of today's stream. We about to go break this fast in a few hours. I'm about to hit the gym, break this fast. I'm about to grub, about to lock in, and make sure that y'all locked in as well. Make sure that y'all continue to live at your highest level, continue to grow, continue to have belief and faith in yourself and whatever you do in your craft and your grind. and make sure that you just stay locked in at all times, right? Make sure you stay locked in at all times. He could create more shots for his teammates starting from a lower position. Exactly. It's more pressure. It's more pressure. So that's my breakdown on game one, though. That's my breakdown game one. We about to start out, like I said, I'm getting hot over here. I'm low-key getting some cold chills and shit. I may just chill around for a second, but yeah, make sure that we're going to be live again on Monday, by the way. Monday, probably slightly early in the stream, a little bit earlier in the stream. Or probably maybe 1 o'clock. Maybe 1 o'clock stream, game 2. You know we're going to peep that. So make sure that y'all sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self and do everything you need to do to get to where you're here to be. So discipline or regret, you choose.